Is that the doorbell?
Hey, come on
We'll
in.
be back in just a few minutes and see who's at the door. Coffee Talk on 1580 103.3 WPKY.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Hancock's Neighborhood Market.
Take a moment and think of all the things you are thankful for. Can you remember the last time you told someone you're thankful for them? Fredonia Valley Bank, a real community bank, wants our customers to know that we are thankful for you and the communities we serve. Visit us at 602 Cassidy Avenue, Fredonia, and 226 Commerce Street, Eddyville, or call 270-545-3301 or 270-388-2265. Also available online, FredoniaValleyBank.com. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Hey, this is Megan at Brantley Furniture, and we can help you get your home ready for the holidays. Be sure to stop by and see what we have in stock. We have a great selection right now. Merchandise is still coming in on a regular basis. Sectionals, sofas, tables, accents, recliners, bedding, and much more. Shop local, shop at Brantley Furniture in the heart of downtown Princeton, where we really appreciate your support of our small business.
Good morning.
Grab your cup, pull up a chair. There's always room at our table. Coffee Talk with Tess on 1580 103.3 WPKY.
All right, now I promised you somebody pretty. Not only is she pretty, I think she's one of those that it just makes you sick because she gets prettier the older she gets. I'm telling you, Miss J.C. Travis, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Now, see, this is one of the things I love when our young ladies go and show everybody. You know what? It's not just about being pretty because I can bring home the bacon fried up in a pan and make you like it at the same time, right? And look good doing it. How about that? I can.
Well, we try to.
I love that though because it just shows that you're smart and you're capable and you're athletic and you work hard, and I like that because then you're showing the other little girls that look, they can do it too. Tell everybody what you just did.
So, from November 11th through 13th, I was up in Louisville, Kentucky at the Expo Center competing for the title of Miss Rodeo Kentucky.
Which, by the way, it's huge just to compete.
Oh, yeah, it's huge, but then again, you're also running here, there, everywhere. So it's one of those things that you've got to be on your feet. You've got a written test, you have horsemanship, you have 2 interviews, you have a speech, you have a fashion show at the end where you get to dance.
That's fun.
A choreographed song, which I'm not the best dancer in this world.
Nobody needs to see me dancing. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Well, luckily, it was just kind of like a line dance type thing.
Now that I can do. I can line dance.
It was about like 12 steps, just like back to back to back until like this one part or another part where you have to get in a line, split, and I'm like,
if it's the electric slide, I can do it.
Yeah, I can do that too. I mean, I can do the Copperhead Road dance too, but that's about it. That's the extent of it.
I'm not. That's even got a little too much moving around for me. I'm an electric slide kind of girl.
Well, I grew up. First time I ever learned how to dance was at Emnitz, Missouri, at the cross country trail ride. I think I was like 14-ish, maybe. And
when she says I learned to dance there, I'm telling you, you have never learned to dance until you've gone to a trail ride. Wrangler camp, I'm not going to tell because when you go, that's the kind of things that when you leave, they say what happens at camp stays at camp. So I'm not going to tattle on anybody. I'm just saying we have a few people in this area.
Oh, no, Emnitz is like a 10-day trail ride or something.
Yes.
And every night there's a band with a dance on the dance floor. I mean, you've got probably about a dance floor the size of a Butler basketball gym. Yeah. And you've got probably 400 people out there.
Oh, not any people. These are horse people. That's a different breed of cat. I love that. So it's difficult. And I even told her in a text, I was like, honey, just get in front of somebody knowing that they're judging you. It's one thing to get in front of a bunch of people that love you. It's another thing to get in front of people that you know are there to judge you. That is nerve-wracking.
Which, I mean, what helped me with getting in front of people, especially crowds, and still putting a smile on my face, not being really nervous at all, probably helping my grandfather pushing me in FFA to do speeches.
Good morning, Dwayne.
And then the advisors at FFA, or Caldwell, helping pushed me even further to get into speeches. And whenever you do that, you've got panel of 4 judges, or if you're doing parliamentary procedure, you've got the same amount, but there's like 6 or 7 other kids in there doing it too. So it's kind of one of those things where if you don't do it right, all those people are going to know it. And that's always been something that helped me with public speaking and getting in front of people, especially.
I'm so proud of this kid. I mean, I can't imagine. You might as well say good morning to your mom.
Good morning, Mother.
I love her mother, Michelle, and I, that's one of those things that it's cool because then when you go to school with somebody and then they have children and they grow up and they are doing these, it's just, I don't know, just wait. You'll be old someday too, JC. You'll understand.
One day.
You know what though? What was like what's your favorite part of that? Is it the horsemanship? Is that your favorite?
Yeah, mine would probably be the horsemanship, just because that's something I've grown up riding, but I didn't start rodeoing until about freshman year. And that's kind of one of those things I just begged Dad enough that he finally got me a horse.
I'm so proud of you. And when I say this girl can book it, I mean she can flat fly. So what's your favorite barrel race you've ever been in? Because I know that child's been in some fun ones.
Probably the best one I've been in would be Nationals for Little Britches out in Guthrie, Oklahoma at the Lazy E Arena. I mean, you've got 3 arenas running at once in this ginormous arena. And, I mean, yeah, they would run maybe 75 kids a day, morning, and then the same amount at night in the same event. But it was so fast-paced. The arena was a little bit bigger, so my horse had the ability to stride out a little more, which makes for some better pictures in the long run.
But you talk about that's why I think you could get in front of judges easier, because you've laid it out there how many times. I mean,
when you're in an arena, you've got hundreds of people just sitting there judging your every run. I mean, I know I'm guilty of it too. If I'm sitting at something that I'm not entering, or even watching a rodeo on TV, I'm like, they should have dropped their hand a little more.
It's Monday morning quarterback.
It's just stuff like that. I mean, that's something like I'm guilty of it, judging people, and I'm sure other people do it to me, just sitting in the stands. But it's something we all do, especially if you rodeo, because you'll know that person, sort of, and you'll kind of be like, go up to them after, hey, you shouldn't have done that. You should have done this instead.
What I think is cool, though, is I watch you with the little ones now, and I wish everybody could see you do this. You are so good with those little ones. And when they are running around those barrels, young lady, I mean, you help them, and you're always supporting. Thank you, sweetheart. That you're always doing something with the little ones. And I think that's what helps. And I love the horse. I don't know. Maybe it's just a horse thing. I don't think it is. But that complete community just seems to really help each other a lot.
Which, I mean, if you ever go to a rodeo, best thing to do is if you go to a Little Britches rodeo in Murray, Kentucky, go out to the back wherever contestants standing and there's a few other people, just parents back there. I mean, it's not just you're sitting there waiting your turn in silence. I mean, you're getting constructive feedback after a run. You're getting some tips and tricks before a run, even if it's not from somebody you don't know. Like, I remember whenever I first got the horse I had somebody that had run her before come up to me and be like, hey, I've seen you do a practice run. Try it this way and critique this a little bit and see how that feels. I mean, it's nothing that you're getting criticized for. It's just more like people helping you. I mean, that's how I've grown up in the rodeo, is people helping me. So the best way for me to turn that around is give back and help somebody else.
What made you want to run for queen? What was it about that?
Well, I was high school rodeo queen in 2018, 2019. And all the friendships that I made there, and which I think from 2018 until today, we have a group chat with over 48 people, a queen from each state in that group chat.
Oh, wow.
I think we talk every day.
Oh, my goodness.
But, I mean, that's kind of like the friendships that you get out of it. I mean, whenever I went up there this past week, yes, there were people I didn't know. Yes, there were some I did know. But in 2018, 2019, I actually went up there and helped run the pageant. When I saw the atmosphere and how nice it was to be around and how much fun you have, that's what made me decide to run for it. No, it's not about getting a fancy crown or sashes or a saddle.
But that's nice.
It is nice. It is nice. But it's more of you kind of get the opportunity to go more places, meet new people, make more friendships. And that's something that friendships are something you'll keep with you the rest of your life.
So what'd you end up talking about at the competition?
Well, I mean, there's topics. I mean, there's so many topics that we went over.
Oh, really?
At the competition that I don't even think I could count them all. But I mean, at the competition, we're talking about. I mean, yes, we did have a written test. I mean, after the written test was over.
Wait, there's a written test?
Yes, there's a written test.
JC, I'm done. Are you kidding me? I wouldn't have made it past the test, let alone having it.
Written test was the first thing that we did.
How hard is that? What's it about? I have questions.
Well, it's about basically it's over the PRCA rule book, and then there's a few extra questions in there, like name the 13 circuits for PRCA. And then you have to write out barrel dimensions, like how far from the wall, how far apart, how far to the climb line. And then you've just got other questions like who won the NFR all around this year. I mean, it's just stuff like that, which I was not thinking I did very good on it because I did leave a few blank. Because written tests are not my forte.
Mine either. Now, I like a good multiple choice one, but the moment you make me,
I was hoping it'd be a little bit multiple choice, but no, you had about 40 questions that you had to write them out.
I mean, if Tyler ain't on the multiple answers on the all around, I mean, I don't. And that's got to be multiple choice. I know it wasn't Mary; it was probably him. So, that's one of those that. I don't know. That would be hard. So even you get past that, and then you're talking.
I mean, after the written test, you go straight. We went straight from there up to our rooms to grab about 6 outfits, and then went to the expo.
By the way, good golly, Miss Molly, that dress.
That's thanks to Tina Ziabro.
If you have not seen this dress, I mean, that was hello to die for. Miss Tina is amazing.
Oh, yeah. She's a lifesaver, too.
How did you get a belt buckle on that thing? That's what I want to know.
She worked her magic, and there was already a belt on it, so we just made it where we could slip one on there.
I'm telling you, belt buckles, especially that kind of belt buckle, because that's the real deal. Those are not light.
Oh, no. They're pretty heavy.
Whew. Girl, I'm just saying, there was a lot of aspects to this. So, who you want to thank? But, well, wait a minute. What do you got to do now? I mean, you've got responsibilities as being...
Well, I won first runner-up. And then I won the written test, which I was very surprised about. As soon as they said my name for written test, I stepped forward like we were supposed to, and I looked at Mom, and I'm like, this has never happened before.
I could not be more proud of you for that. You won the written test. I mean, hello.
I mean, I was looking at my mom, my grandparents, and they're all just looking at me like, did you seriously just win a written test?
That's the Dwayne Vincent in you. That's that's what that is. So your family, I mean, you're from here, and I want everybody to understand that. They're, you know what, these are local folks, and these are families that have been very involved in the community for a very long time, and I love it when it's generational. And now you're getting ready to do it too, because I mean, even if you're runner up, I mean, good gravy, girl, we're proud of you. I mean, that is something.
I mean, like another thing with the runner-up, which if she for some reason can't do it or has some other stuff come up, I mean, it goes to me next. And I'm responsible for going to Vegas next year, competing in the 8-day pageant for Miss Rodeo America. I mean...
So you got to be ready.
Oh, yeah. Which, I mean, I haven't sold any of my clothes because I kind of got them where I knew, I would wear them again other than in that competition. So, I mean, I've still got the clothes. If anybody needs their kid to, dress up as rodeo queen for Halloween one year, just let me know. I've got you covered.
I love I love that more. So what's next? Now that you've done that, I mean, what do you want to conquer next? Because I'd say you just kicked it in the hind end.
Oh, no. I'm kind of still thinking about that since it was just, a few weeks ago.
A minute. It's barely
it's
been
just
a
been
minute.
a minute.
It's barely been a minute. So where do they, and I will tell you, when my kids were little, especially, they're teenagers now, so they're rotten. But, especially during that time, if you have not seen a child walk up to the rodeo queen and with the eyes sparkling and with the, can I get a picture with you? It's like they just melt. How do our kids find you? Where you at?
Well, normally I'm at Acres Farm Supply every day, Monday through Saturday, except for Wednesday, because I have school on Mondays and Wednesdays. I just go into work after school on Mondays.
That's how she finishes those written tests and wins. Hello. Go ahead.
But, no, you can find me there, or you can find me on Facebook, or I'm sure if you call up here and ask Tess, she can give you my phone number. But, no, I mean, even if it's just like your kid just wants to meet me, or they are interested in riding lessons and possibly doing this for themselves in the future, which the Miss Rodeo Kentucky does offer the junior miss. So it's like 10 to 14, and then they have the teen that's 15 to 19, and then the miss is 20 to 25. So it's something for every age group, and sometimes if they have enough little ones, they'll have a Miss Rodeo Kentucky Sweetheart, which is 9 and under. So if anybody's looking into doing this, or you have a kid wanting to run for a rodeo queen or a queen of any sort, I would love to help them, or just give them some words of encouragement to help them do good at the competition.
I hope you understand how proud we are of you. I mean, because to us, you won, and you won the whole thing, because we love you. We're so proud of you. You represented us. I mean, hello, awfully well, young lady, and we are proud as pie of you.
Thank you.
So tell your mama thank you.
I will.
Because I can tell you there was a lot of mama love that went into that, too.
Oh, yeah, her coming in with me to fit my dress to make sure everything's going right, and sitting there for 2 hours while Tina pins all kinds of appliques. I mean, which was not a simple process. No. I think it took her 2 to 3 weeks to get all this done. And still, the last day she was working on it, had to come back an hour later, finally tried it on again, and then was able to take it home. And then as soon as we got home, we left.
I love that the community supports, and there's a whole community that supports you every day, whether you're competing on a national level or you're going to school every day, and that's your accomplishment. That's okay, because that's an accomplishment too. So we appreciate it. We're proud of you. And thanks to the community for supporting her, because that's what it takes. That's how we get kids doing that kind of stuff. We love you, kid. We're proud of you.
Thank you.
Grab your refill and hurry back. We'll find out who else decided to drop by next.
Hey, good morning.
It's a beautiful morning.
On Coffee Talk on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
There are some surefire things you get when you deal with Armory Gun Shop in Princeton. Quality, knowledge, honesty. Take your firearm experience to the next level and see how the new ownership at Armory Gun Shop is making a difference for the local gun owner. Located on North Harrison Street with hours of operation listed on the Armory Gun Shop Facebook page. Their mission is to provide quality products at fair prices with knowledge you can trust.
Support local this holiday season. If you're looking for gifts, need to take care of your car, want to go out to eat, you'll find all that and more at the Loyal Listener Big Deals store. There are hundreds of local businesses available. The Edge Media Group wants to help you support local, shop local, and save local. So today you can save an extra 20% off your total order with no code needed. That means up to 80% off retail. Supporting local and saving was never so easy.
Click on Loyal Listener Big Deals at WPKYonline.com.
We've been talking about this area for over 70 years. Join the conversation on Coffee Talk.
Hey, good morning.
Awesome. How you doing, Miss Ed?
Good morning, Carlo.
Join the conversation on Coffee Talk on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
Well, beauty queen number 2 over here.
That's why I've got a face for radio.
I'm going to tell you what, a lot of times my partner in crime, Jeff Sims, what's up, man?
What's going on?
We're finally deciding evidently to stay in fall. Thank you. Tell Ellie I said thank you, because I know that's a bag full of Ellie right there.
It is. Yeah.
I let my child stay at his house. I love Ellie. He is the cutest thing.
She's a dandy.
Oh, my goodness. I love that child. But, I saw a courthouse over the weekend that exploded. Anybody you want to tattle on?
Judge Carling and Sherry. He builds it all. And I tell people, and I think they're sometimes they're a little confused about it, but, he built all that, bought it all. It's all out of his pocket. It's his own expense. Nothing to the county taxpayers of that decorating. Was
I saw a couple of bucket trucks helping it.
Yeah, that's Plant Board. They always step in and help us with, got some new lights on the big tree. So, it's such a testament. And I don't need to go into much detail because everybody knows this, but that, Larry just does that for the kids. That 5th grade teacher is in him, and it's never going to be out. It's just awesome.
I love that guy. So Thank you, Larry. We love you, and we recognize, and that's what we need to do.
And he doesn't want any recognition. That's the funniest thing about it.
I know. Well, that's what makes you want to love on him more, doesn't it?
Yeah,
because he doesn't, and he'll probably pick out the 25 million people who helped him out and not even take a thank you. So we appreciate him. So I'll tell you, it's Thanksgiving, and I tend to have a lot of, trash, and then Christmas is coming up, and guess what? I have a lot of trash that day, too. And if something happens, guess who we yell at?
No.
Yes.
You just call with concerns.
I don't know. Sometimes we do yell at him. Jeff Sims, I'm going to have him put on his WCA hat. Put that one on.
Yeah.
What we got going on? You've got, in all seriousness, though, we're going into wintertime. Of course, I know we had our paving and all of that good stuff, so we're not worried about that for the, as
just
far as trash pickup.
For the remainder of the year.
So right now, we're focused on holiday hours.
Yep. So we will be closed on Thanksgiving Day. Thursday trash will run on Friday, and Friday trash will run on Saturday.
Oh, there we go.
So not too complicated.
That is not complicated at all. What about Christmas?
It's unaffected because it falls on the weekend.
What about New Year's?
Same.
Oh, so okay. So this is the only time we really have to even worry about is Thanksgiving. Now, the one thing you do have to worry about is winter problems on the road, and that's something that, come on, this is a huge truck, and if it's slick, this is not some 4-wheel drive. Let's go, have fun tank.
Yeah, it's a school bus for trash. That's kind of how I look at it. So it's just not equipped, and like I think Brad said the other day, we don't want to have a 60,000-pound missile on the road. So
well, here's the way I look at it: if one of them is in the ditch, guess what? That thing is not picking up your trash tomorrow either.
That's right.
So, if we have a one-day delay picking it up, at least we're still picking it up. If we have a truck in the ditch, then chances are you're going to have more than a one-day delay.
Yeah, and if you remember last year, we managed to, I thought they did a really nice job on the operations side. Of course, that's not part of my forte, but, covering that 3 weeks we just had storm after storm, started with a base layer of ice, and then about the time it gets thawed out, then here's another storm, and then about the time we get it scraped off, and here comes something else. So
I don't think anybody understands either. And when David was in here the other day, we take them for granted, and we take all of you guys for granted, because we don't notice how much we need you until we can't get you, and then all of a sudden we're like, well, okay, now I'm panicking. But I think that you guys have something pretty cool, a whole little system that'll slide right through, right?
Yeah, we do the one call system. We just got to make sure that you have the correct information, or that we have the correct information to contact you. And then, I try to keep everything on, and that was the thing I was looking for, is a couple of numbers.
Well, and here's the thing, too, that while you're looking for that, how long ago, like say I gave you my number 2 years ago, do I need to update that if I've changed my number in the last however long?
Hurt anything. And for most people that do automatic billing with us, which a lot of people do, or they have accounts that they log into online, it'll request that update. So since we just had this transition, most of the time it's in good shape. But I'll tell you, you know, with that transition test, you know, we got acquired last October, and we are facing the same kind of labor shortages and everything else that everybody is. So our call centers, even our local office, we're down to one office support person out there, and we've historically had two. So when you call, we're kind of changing up some of the ordering of the best ways to get contact with us. And the primary recommendation that I would have is using our Kentucky customer service email, because it's instantaneous.
Oh.
I mean, everybody from 8 to 4, Monday through Friday, it's going to bounce to Princeton, and it's going to hit our Springfield customer service office, which is much bigger.
So it doesn't just go there; it goes here and then there,
as well as all of our leadership. So I'll get.
Oh, wow.
I'm on it. All the operations group, the divisional operations group. So if you have any problems with billing or your collection, or you got a broken toter, anything that concerns your service, you can email that email, and it will instantaneously go.
I have a broken toner.
Well, there you go. That's okay.
Just playing. He's my teenager. He totes it around.
I understand.
Well, you know what though? That's one of those things that you don't. I can't plan for when I'm going to break something.
Sure.
And I'm not planning to forget anything, or we're not planning to have a delay. Those things happen. So when you've got an email like that can go ahead and bounce through things, that means progress, I think.
Yeah, and what it does is it just alleviates your need to hold, because what will happen is if you send that email, then somebody's going to call you back. So you just provide your name, address, phone number, and if you have your account number, that'd be great. And then a customer service rep will call you back as soon as they're available. So there's none of this waiting on hold 20 minutes or 5 or 50 or whatever. Press 4, press 3, press 11, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody hates that. And then there's also an 800 number, 1-800-323-7548. That's 1-800-323-7548. And then, of course, there is our local number, which, as I've just discussed, is hard to get through sometimes right now, is 365-6200. And then, of course, as most people know, they have my cell phone number and my Facebook Messenger, so I get a lot of stuff that way. So.
Well, and when you think about it, too, now, I want to remind everybody, we're talking county, okay? This is county residents, not city residents, county residents. So when we do that, you know, that pretty well covers the gamut on that, really. I mean, if we've got any questions, concerns, whatever, we can email. There is a local phone number, but the email is your best bet.
Yep. And that's just based on the environment, what we're in right now. I mean, it's labor that, you know, is uncontrollable for everybody.
You mean nobody is standing in line to get out at 30 degrees, 20 degrees, whatever it is, to go pick up trash?
We are full staffed on our drivers and our routing, so that's a blessing. We hadn't had any problems with that so far, but we keep an eye on it.
So are you hiring?
I think we're full staff right now.
Oh, cool.
But we'll always take applications.
Well, you never know. I figured I'd ask while you're here. So there you go. So there's your holiday hours and your phone numbers and all of those good things. If we have delays in the winter, look, if it's bad outside and you're thinking about whether or not you should even go to work, trash ain't probably getting picked up that day.
Yeah, and I mean, me and you have a pretty symbiotic relationship as far as information goes. Well,
and you know what? I love thanking these guys, because that is something that you guys are not required to do. But every day, I'm telling you, if we've got, you know, iffy weather or whatever, everybody, and I mean, I want everybody to understand, at 5 o'clock in the morning, the phones, they are ringing, and they are going back and forth. That's our school bus drivers. That's our public works, our county road department. That's our magistrates, just like Jeff and Jeff Boone and them. I mean, they're constantly talking to one another about what's going on. That's WCA. That's everybody. And I wish you could see the sheriff's department and everybody talking to each other, working with each other. Like, you know, you talked about a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
Right there. I mean, it's very fluid. And I don't know that it worked that way a decade ago, but I know it does now. And I cannot say thank you enough to all of the folks that are involved in that phone chain, because we've got a phone chain.
Well, you know, that's like the paving. I take it, we just finished up this weekend switching hats on our paving for the year for the county. And my first call, I usually get it to you guys, Dustin Cash with the school buses, and then all our emergency services, Chief Francis and ComCare, Mark.
Well, it's worked out so good, too, and we appreciate it because we're able to do that first thing and tell them, look, don't go on this road if you don't have to. Keep the tractors off this road. They're paving here. Yep. And that, I think, has been probably pretty helpful this year as far as just residents knowing.
Yeah, and, you know, the last thing that we want is to have a tile out of the road and somebody needs an ambulance or a fire. So David and his team take that ultra seriously. They have a window, and they are dedicated to getting the swap done so that we don't have that happen. So
well, and there you go. I mean, put on your magistrate hat for a minute while you're here. It's where do we, you know, if we've got questions and concerns, contact your magistrate.
Absolutely.
Well, what district are you in?
District 4.
There we go.
So I go from the right side going outbound of 91 to the left side going outbound of 62 West.
I heard that
right now
KTC is telling folks, you know, because of holiday traffic, to stay off I-24 on that end of Caldwell County.
Yeah, it's going to be. You know, we've had some real exposures in the last 8 months regarding wrecks and issues on 24, and then trying to offload these tractor trailers onto secondary routes, and they've wrecked. I mean, it's been unbelievable. So now I think the plan is to start diverting people on I-69 and have them come through to the Penarol, the Penarol and Purchase.
But again, you know, that's this area, and we're going to get slam-bammed and thank you, ma'am. It's going to be a challenge. So everybody, you know, if you can go around that area, go around that area. Just don't even do it.
Just take it slow.
I go the back roads. That's what I do. I say hi to Seven Springs all the time, every day. Thank you very much. But if they need to get a hold of you for anything magistrate-wise and what's going on in that end of the county, what do they do?
270-601-1081. And then the trash phone is 270-963-1968.
You need one more phone. I don't know what we're going to call it, but he needs another phone. He's got so many cell phones running around.
It might be a like a helpline, crisis helpline for me. I need like a red phone called a
I am buying
counselor.
You a red phone. I promise you I am one of these days.
I want a flip phone though. So I don't want another smartphone. I want a flip phone.
I don't know. Even the smartphones when I use
Nokia.
it are not very smart.
I want my old Nokia back, the one that was indestructible.
I need cell phones for dummies. Do they make one of those? That's what I need. Hey, we love you to death. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
And, of course,
happy holidays to everybody.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving.
Got a lot to be thankful for.
What are you thankful for?
I'm thankful for my family and my community and the health of everybody, and that COVID is hopefully receding. And, you know, I'm super appreciative of the people that had hesitation about the vaccinations, and then they've done the research and they've been informed, and they've taken the approach to help us all. I mean, it's one community, so just appreciate everybody.
Oh, we love you. Hug my girl, will you?
I'll do it.
Ellie, I love you, baby girl. Jeff Sims, have a good one, man.
You too. Thanks.
Who have I got here? Go over here, grab you a mic. I got a house full of pretty ladies today. I'm telling you, Jeff Sims, you in great company today, buddy. I don't know what you did to deserve all of this, but you a lucky man today. So tell everybody who you are.
Yes, I'm Haley Gable, and I'm the clinic coordinator of KCAM out of Marion, Kentucky.
Okay.
So it's a drug rehabilitation program. Mm-hmm. We help people, you know, go from being addicted to whatever substance they are to becoming clean and transitioning on a different drug that we use called Suboxone. It helps them get off the withdrawals and like not have to be going through excruciating pain, because, you know, whenever someone's really addicted to something, it really can take a toll on them for sure.
Now, is this an outpatient treatment?
Yes, ma'am. It is. It is an outpatient treatment, and everyone is welcome to just come inside and speak with me. Even if they don't have insurance, I'm trying to get into the community because we are actually located, our headquarters in Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay.
So this is just another branch in Marion. So I'm trying to get, as many resources as I can because this is just not to treat, drug dependency. This is to better our community because we are seeing lots and lots of overdoses increasing in Kentucky with COVID-19 going on.
So where did the facility start at? Where did
Louisville, Kentucky? Yeah.
How did it end up in Marion? Is what I'm saying.
Okay,
so how did this all happen?
All this happened. Okay, it's kind of a funny story, isn't it always?
Yeah.
So we did try to partner with somebody. It didn't work out, sadly. And it kind of did give us a bad rep. But we weren't a part of that company. We have no hard feelings. We separated from them. And, we're on our own. We've been a clinic for 14 plus years, and all of our staff members are, amazingly, they've had years in recovery. So they know exactly what you're going through. Including myself. I've gone through a lot watching both my parents struggle with addiction. So I use that as a tool, to help people feel like, you're not alone. I know exactly what you're going through. No, I might be going through, it's a better time in my life now, but you can get to that destination with, our support, and we have all those resources to help you.
So you cut out the middleman, basically.
Oh, yes.
So you have the information, you have the doctor's numbers, you have the therapist's numbers, you have all of these things where you can connect these people.
Yes, and we have therapy. It's actually free treatment, which is even more beneficial because, a lot of these people that are struggling, I'm not saying that there's people that are well off that don't struggle with drug addiction, but in our communities, it's a lot of low income people. So we take Medicaid. It's all accepted and it's free. And that comes with peer counseling, peer support, and that's what I do a lot at the office. So like I said, I have a phone too, and it's a 24-hour crisis hotline. I keep it on me all the time, just in case, hey,
That's another one of those things, though. I can't schedule when I'm going to have a breakdown or I'm going to have a horrible time.
Exactly.
So it may be 2 a.m. I may work the third shift and get off at, or have to go in the middle of the night. And that's what that's the reason it's 24 hours.
Yes.
Crisis doesn't schedule it on a calendar, right?
No, it doesn't. It just
convenient.
happens. Life is very surprising. It has surprises for us, and it just kind of comes up on us and creeps up.
It has a way of piling on.
Yes. And, that's what a lot of their issues is. They come into treatment and then it's like, not just, okay, I'm addicted to a drug, but it's what's my environmental situation? Do I have a job? Can I afford to pay my bills? Stuff like that. And that's what I'm here to help you with. I want to help you get a job, get you stable, get you happy, and like I said, in the meantime, I will be there to support you with anything that I can. Even if it's not included in, what we provide. I'm a very, giving
everybody's
person.
symptoms are different.
Yes,
so, everybody's going to need something a little bit different because we're not all the same, thank goodness.
No, we're not. We're not the same.
It'd be a boring world, wouldn't it?
Yes, it would be
a crazy world. Imagine everybody like me.
Yeah.
But, when you've got things like that, people need different things, and people respond to different treatments.
Yes, and see, that's why we're always researching. We're always researching on what will be best, for our patients. And this type of, treatment is actually specified as MAT. It's medically assisted treatment. So that's what the counseling and all of the case management, getting you that job that you need, or if you need help signing up for Medicaid, you can come in my office and we can get that taken care of for you.
I'm going to tell you what, you don't have to be addicted to anything to go crazy trying to sign up with Medicaid.
Yes, it is very difficult.
It's difficult on a good day.
Yes.
For very intelligent people. It's not easy. That's why they have classes and people go to school just to learn how to do things like that. And that's why they're able to help you. And I've really heard that, a lot of times with addiction issues, just feeling good about yourself because you do have a job to go to. And you do have people that you answer to. You do have the phone calls saying, where you at? How you doing? I expect you to be this certain way at this certain time. Having some of those things is a good thing.
Yeah, like structure. And also, I work on whenever I have them come into the clinic, and which we do have to, they get drug tested, it's all regulated so that we know that you're staying, true to the program and just,
do you do the testing in-house?
Yes. They just come inside the clinic and we do the drug test there, and it's actually all telehealth. It's kind of weird, but with the times we're living in with COVID-19, that has became a big thing. So all our doctors that they speak to, I communicate with them too. They're in Louisville. We've been there for 14 years in Louisville, and
so they know what they're doing now.
Yes, they know exactly what they're doing, and they care so much. They want to know. The paperwork we fill out, they want to know about you. So that's what one of the pages are. Is we try to talk about how you live, how you grew up. When did the drug dependence start? And just if you have support and because you need that community. Just like when you have a kid, it takes a village to raise a child. You need that support system so desperately whenever.
Well, and I've heard that that's one of the things about addiction is it makes you feel very alone.
Yes.
And it can be very alienating and, self-deprecating. There's a lot of those words and adjectives that you could add to that. But that's where a lot of the therapy and a lot of the group things come in so that you have peers that say, you know what, you're not by yourself.
Exactly. Yeah, we don't ever want anybody to feel like they're by themselves because, they're not alone. And I've personally been in that position, so I know exactly how it feels. And, that's just what I want to do is I want to better not just Marion, Kentucky's community, but we have communities all around.
Right.
And so like Princeton, and I am, willing to partner with anyone, churches, whomever that will support us, just with resources, just to help these people, because we really want to make a difference. Not only because, like I said, there's been a 50%, that's a very lot increase in overdose rates in Kentucky, sadly, and that's because of COVID. Because addicts, they kind of keep themselves away and hidden, and COVID just kind of made it worse because we have to stay inside.
Unfortunately, they're probably not filling out the census.
Exactly. So
let's be honest about it. And that, when you see a lot of those rates go up, you also see a lot of the crime rates go up. You see a lot of the other things go up along with that.
Exactly.
And it's unfortunate, but they seem to really be, kind of married in some ways. Mm-hmm. So, when we can do that, we can affect the community as a whole.
Yes. It can benefit, like you said, crime rates. That's awesome that you said that because, I've been trying to work with local officials just to try to, contacting them, reaching out to them, because I just want to better any way that we can save money because of, a drug arrest. And I'm also wanting to implement a program where it's called the Angel Program. And I'm working on that right now. It's actually a program where people can come to the police department and they can surrender if they're just, feeling hopeless, like they just don't know what to do anymore, and they can surrender any paraphernalia or any drugs that they currently have. And then I would step in and I would be the little angel. That's the whole gist of the program. And I would help you get into recovery and, get you better and get you back on track for sure.
If folks have questions, if they say, you know what, I want to kick the can a little bit, because sometimes just kicking it around and asking you questions. I don't want to sign up for anything yet, but yes. I'd like to ask a few questions without being roped into anything. That they can do that, right?
Oh yes, they're so welcome. And we have a Facebook page, but I'm still developing that currently. But I will give you the address, which is at 105 Morningside Drive in Marion, Kentucky. It's right across from La Delicia, Mexican cuisine, and you're welcome to come into my office anytime. I mean, anyone. If you just want to sit and talk, I'm free. Like I'm here for you to just listen, and it's no charge. I'm not going to charge you to talk to me. You know, I want to benefit you, and if you're just interested, you can also just contact me at my phone number as well, and it's 502-468-8006, and that is a 24-hour line that I keep open. So if you have any questions or you're in crisis, you can reach out to me anytime.
Well, thank you very much, Miss Haley. We appreciate it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you guys for having me on here to spread awareness, and it means so, so much.
Hey, they can't fix it till they know about it.
Exactly. We have to educate.
Half the battle.
Yes.
Very good. So thank you so much. Hey,
Thank
good
you.
luck with everything and happy Thanksgiving.
Okay. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone as well.
Thanks for joining us this morning for Coffee Talk.
Good morning, Carl.
Our chance to get together and catch up on what's going on in